Hello and welcome to episode number 162 of the TEW 2 Challenge Run. This is going to be Monday Night Raw for week... No, it's not going to be Monday Night Raw at all, Connell. It's going to be Friday Night SmackDown for week 1 of August 2021. And the road to SummerSlam I'm all over the place. SmackDown, week 1, August. Road to SummerSlam does not continue, it kicks off for the blue brand. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show.
Before you pounce, thinking over, ready or not is the moment. Better off stepping aside, burning with vengeance and solid revive. Daredevil, you pick the one. If you think you could get away, you have us to
Holy shit, a 99 to open the show. Of course, it opens with the Queen of the Ring throne in the ring. We've got the red carpet all over the ring mat and all that stuff. The ropes are sort of draped with like balloons and shit. Because we've got a royal celebration party for our new queen. Mickey, Indy, and Dana Brooke are dressed to the nines and they introduce their new queen. The stats didn't lie. Our statistician Dana Brooke did the math. And we got the queen we expected to get. And ladies and gentlemen, all rise for your new queen, Sasha. And Sasha comes out. And she's like, oh yeah, bitch, I'm the queen. From now on, I run this division. I did anyway, but this is just confirmation that I do. I'm the greatest goddamn women's wrestler in this company. Because unlike some people who may call themselves the queen, I've actually now officially earned that right. And you will now call me Queen Sasha. And as you can see, she's put KWEN as her name, it says here. And yeah, and I also earned myself a shot to face Sonya Deville at SummerSlam, and I'm going to beat her ass, and I'm going to become the new women's champion 2 times, no, 3, because she dropped it to Ember briefly. Yeah, and then Sonya comes out, and she's like, no, don't get ahead of yourself, okay? You may have won that tournament, but you only won that tournament because I wasn't in it, and I've been running this division here in your absence because you decided to fuck off and sort of just do shit with your little business partners here, but you don't get to step to me. I don't care how you dress, what you call yourself, what kind of queen you think you are. You aren't as good of a fighter as me. Hence why I have this and you don't have it anymore. I beat Bianca for this. You couldn't beat Bianca at all. And then Bayley comes out and she's like, Sonya, you're talking a big game for somebody who would have lost last Sunday if it wasn't for the distraction that this obnoxious queen was making. And she's like, don't disrespect royalty, Bayley. I've known you're a fucking thug this whole time, but now I officially have royalty and you officially can't talk down to me. And Bayley's like, oh yeah, we'll see about that. She shoves Sasha into the chair, does the thing where the chair falls back, Sasha falls back on the chair, and then the rest of Boss trying to attack Bayley, and Sonya and Bayley fight them off, and they sort of accidentally work together. But they've united over a common enemy here. And Bayley's still not happy about Sonya's questionable victory at Evolution. So of course that leads to an advert break, and when we come back we've got a tag team match player. And somehow that match gets a fucking 78. And Bayley and Sonya defeat Mickey and Indy of Boss. Bayley pins Mickey with a headlock driver. 77 for Bayley, 75 for Sonya, 66 for Mickey, and a 60 for Indy. So yeah, Bayley and Sonya victorious over the Boss lackeys here tonight. Speaking of women, we're still on our women's trip. Shotzi and Ember come out, and they're basically saying, hey, well, Kaylee Ray and Nikki Cross, they may have beaten us at the Evolution, but we aren't out of this just yet. We're still got our eyes on those tag team championships, and we're going to bring the fire to bring those titles home to the fire pit. And then Candice and Ruby come out and they're like, look, we've done this enough times, ladies. We've been back and forth between us two teams. And Candice won a Battle Royal on the kickoff show of Revolution, which pretty much should entitle her to be the challenger for the tag team championships, since Sonya has been busy with Sasha, and we deserve some sort of opportunity because of that. So maybe those tag titles will come to us, and Kaylee Ray and Nikki Cross are like, look. They come out and they're like, you're all arguing over irrelevant matters because we already beat Shotzi and Ember. We beat them last Sunday. Candice and Ruby, we could beat you whenever we wanted to, but you really want to get a shot at us? And then more arguments. Shotzi's like, get in the ring and say that, bitch. And then it ends, I think it's Shotzi versus, I think, Kaylee Ray? No, Nikki Cross. 68, Shotzi beats Nikki Cross for a Fright Night in 8:50. So now that's just got interesting, because now they just pinned the champions, and Candice and Ruby think they have a shot. I'm sure you can all hazard a guess as to where that's leading. Shotzi with a 61, Nikki Cross with a 71. And apparently, because none of the wrestlers have ever watched wrestling before, they're left confused as to who the real challengers are going to be. 84 rated Backstage Segment. The Usos bump into their cuz, Roman Reigns. And they're like, Oos, look. We've been here for you since you've come back to this brand, but you're really starting to piss us off now, Oos. And Roman's like, me piss you off? I mean, I told you I wanted to go alone. And it's my own fault, I guess. I came up short. No excuses. I could have plenty because Ali had his goons out there, but I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not going to moan about that. I didn't want your help, and I lost without it. Deal with it. And like, nah, Oos, sorry for looking out for you, cuz, but we're family. Family stick together, hence why Jacob Fatu here. And Roman's like, I haven't really seen Jacob do much of himself. He sort of comes in and attacks people when you demand him to. Is he really family or is he a goon? Well, let's find out in the main event. Me and him will go one-on-one. And he was just like, nah, cuz, we don't want infighting in the family. And Roman's like, too bad. 81, Cesaro defeats Razor with a sharpshooter in 7:44. Cesaro gets an 82 and a 61 for Razor. And that's a victory over the heater of the way for Cesaro. And then after the match, Johnny Gargano jumps in. He tries to take the fight to Cesaro, but of course, Cesaro sees it coming. And Johnny takes a big swing for about 30 rotations. Because Gargano would take the swing and he'd sell it like he's been... I don't know, just he would sell the swing incredibly. So he's taking it here. And Cesaro taunts to the crowd as Johnny Gargano. He got one over on Gargano here tonight. 81. Backstage little sort of interview thing. I'll do a lot of them. We've got Pat McAfee on board. And we're going to serve him. He's going to be, because him and Jimmy Smith are both in the mod now and both in my save, but they don't have the best commentary stats. So they're going to work as our analysts, basically, which is different from what Charlie and Kayla do, they interview us. They're going to be like taking part in like the hard-hitting like tales of the tape and like press conferences and stuff like that. So Pat McAfee's running down the King in the Ring, and he's running down Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe, and how the numbers this time spell disaster for Sami and not Joe, funnily enough. But hyping up our WWE Championship match at SummerSlam, and says that both men will be here next week, and he hopes to sit down with both men ahead of this big match and what makes both men tick. 83? Fucking hell. Dolph Ziggler and Ivar have a 8-minute match. Just a nice random singles match. And Ivar wins. Ivar pins Dolph Ziggler in 8 minutes with a spin kick. 82 for Dolph Ziggler and 66 for Ivar. And a very big win for him here tonight. And after the match, because the game, not even the game, the randomization websites hate me. Bobby Roode lays out Dolph Ziggler with glorious DDT. He's not happy Ziggler lost to Drew Gulak. He's not happy Ziggler lost to Ivar. Clearly Dolph's holding Roode back. The tag team is over. Yay, a tag team breakup again. And it was Dolph last time, because it was Dolph and Tony Nese when they were in the Casanovas together, and now it's the actual Dirty Dogs breaking up. Because the game just hates Dolph Ziggler, apparently. 81 rated segment. Ali comes out and he says, look, Roman, you've got family issues, and I can attest to that. I've had many issues similar to myself, but you lost fair and square. You said you could have made up excuses, but you chose not to. That's not because you're a better man than me. No, far from it. That's because you know that there isn't any, and that you got outsmarted and out-wrestled and beaten at King of the Ring by me. And I could have put my title on the line, but I chose not to because you didn't deserve the opportunity, and everyone, of course, thought that meant because I was scared of you and they thought I was going to lose to you. But I proved that I was right. But Adam Pearce has been on my fucking back because I haven't defended my title in a while. But quite frankly, that's because nobody has earned a shot at it. So here's the thing, right? Open challenge, non-title right now. If anyone wants to come out and try and beat me, then I'll give him a title shot. But since nobody can beat me, it's not gonna matter. So basically, come out here and get in the ring with me and make yourself famous. Then Drew Gulak comes out, and he's like, "Huh? Can I help you, Drew?" He's like, "Me and you, we go way back. 205 Live, OGs represent and all that, and I do enjoy seeing your success that you've had. I mean, you're the US champion. You've been Universal champion. You beat Triple H at WrestleMania, but I think I earned my opportunities. Beat Dolph Ziggler, went far in King of the Ring, nobody expected me to do anything. And next on my list, I'd quite like to become United States champion." And Ali's like, Drew, come on, buddy, this isn't your kind of title." And then Gulak slaps him. We get the match. Gulak, basically one of these championship contenders matches that they also love so very much on Raw right now in real life. The match also gets an 81, just like the segment. And Gulak beats Mustafa Ali in 11 minutes with a roll-up, earning himself a United States Championship opportunity. A 90 for Ali and a 66 for Gulak. And things now very interesting because Drew Gulak has now earned. Somebody has finally earned an opportunity to face Ali for the belt. And it's Drew Gulak. He steals a victory here with a roll-up, taking Ali by surprise. Bivens Enterprises, well, not even Bivens Enterprises, just Bivens and Corbin. I mean, they say, look, AJ, Gable, they should have been tag team champions, and they're not. We're not going to make excuses, but it's those damn Street Profits' fault. Those Street Profits and Bianca and Dakota, the Street Profits and Bianca just can't leave us alone. They hate the fact that I'm such a multi-talented superstar, and I can take multiple stars and carve them into future stars in the making. And because AJ and Gable have the opportunity, and Corbin, he's sort of been lacking recently, so tonight's Baron Corbin's turn to prove what he can do, and he's going to get a big victory here tonight. And it's a 77. Corbin defeats Digeskovic in 7:37. End of days. 76 for Corbin and a 79 for Digeskovic, which is actually okay, and a 77 match is alright for that. And then here comes the fun part. Because the Street Profits come out and they bring the swag like nobody can. And they say, Dawkins, you're hearing a lot of talk in that ring. It's boring Baron and his little mouthpiece, his little way of record himself. Was he WWE's KSI or whatever it was? Multi-talented star. Well, I'm just seeing a jackass, fam. And, it's now your time to put your money where your mouth is, because we have connections, and the real KSI will be here next week, and you can speak to him face to face, and maybe you two can really hit it off and prove that you are the KSI of the WWE. And Bivens is like, what do you mean? There's no way you haven't got the real KSI coming to SmackDown. And then the real KSI pops up on the Titantron, and he's like, yo, see you next week, fam, SmackDown. So yeah, big announcement. After being name dropped for so long, the Street Profits have brought the real KSI to SmackDown next week. Because if Real WWE can get Logan Paul, I can bring in KSI. '77 rated main event. Could have been better, but it's all about the post-match angle, not really about this match. Jacob Fatu beats Roman Reigns by DQ when the Usos run in. Wait. No, I changed my mind, because that would count as a loss for Jacob Fatu. I don't want to do that yet. He actually pins Roman with a Samoan drop after the Usos interfere. 69 nice for Jika Fatu and 86 for Roman Reigns. And then the Usos get into the ring after the match. And they grab the mic. They're like, we told you, Us. It didn't have to be this way, cuz. We're family. We're family, Us. And it breaks our heart that you're betraying us like that, but since you're gonna do that, we will have to make you regret it, cuz. It's nothing personal, it's just family business. And they go grab a steel chair or a table or something. And Jika Fatu goes to put Roman Reigns down.
Burn it down!
Went out from the back with a steel chair of his own to even the numbers. It's Seth Rollins. We haven't seen him since... God, it must have been June week 4. He came out, he broke down in the ring and left, and we haven't seen him since. But he's back here tonight, and he chases Fatu and the Usos off of a steel chair. And then Roman Reigns gets to his feet, he sort of looks up at who saved him, he sees Seth Rollins looking down at him. Because Roman may not have his cousins right now, but he always has a brother. Seth extends his fist out. Roman sticks his out too. And we get a mini fist bump as the Usos look on concerned to end the show. Can finally handle this fucking gimmick change, right? Very good, Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, that's fine. So, basically, this is the trajectory I think Seth should have taken in real life. Like, when you have him as that gimmick for so long, there's nobody on the current roster that will benefit from months off of television more than Seth Rollins right now, in my honest opinion. Like, maybe if Edge beats him at SummerSlam in real life, he can go off after that. Because he's been the Messiah for so long, he's doing the vision drip thing in real life, and just... he's sort of become overexposed, because I think he had a little bit of time off after the Survivor Series last year, but that was literally 2 months and he was back. But then absence would make the heart go fonder, for you haven't got this guy, because they always say, like, to be the best babyface, you've got to be the best heel first. And with Seth dominating the whole Raw roster for pretty much last year, and him going away, you'd feel that absence, and then you would welcome him back when he came back all these months off. So you can bring him back as the babyface, and he will be over again, instead of him being booed like when he was fighting Bray Wyatt. So Seth's been rehabbed here. Burn it down. Got a mini Shield reunion here to end SmackDown. 86. Very good show again. Of course, the actual segment at the end mattered more than the actual main event. We didn't do anything. I did it on purpose. We didn't do anything with Big E and Randy this week. Randy will explain his actions next week. Just a stacked show. I didn't have time for him. But what matters more than the 86 and what you thought of the show, do let me know what you thought in the comments. And I'll see you next time for 163, which will be Raw. See you then.